slow it down even more. We'll talk about some reading, the importance of it, man. Let's see this young niglet. Let's go hear what he got to say,
Not a
man.
young nigga. What?
And
Little Negro.
yeah, man, let's get it. Let's see what he got to say.
Let's go.
Thank you for having me. I am here to speak to you about the importance and benefits of reading. I personally read every day and absolutely love the adventure of reading. I will stand before you and speak with confidence and not be afraid. Reading every day has made me smarter. Reading has also strengthened my vocabulary and language skills, allowing me to pronounce new and big words without even thinking about it. Reading has incredibly enriched my long-term memory.
Hey, if he got a single father in the crowd, he telling all the girls like, "Yeah, that's my boy right there." He he trying to mac on them. That's my boy.
That's my boy, you know.
No,
Not
he's
that bad. It's
very
not
well
bad. It's
spoken.
not bad.
How old is bro? He's very very well spoken. He saying some words I would be afraid to say at that age. Enriched. Like what the hell? I didn't know what that word meant when at 5 years old.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, um, first of all, this young great man, not a nigga. That's terrible.
He is.
Uh,
Hey man, what's wrong with niggly? We all call each other niggas all day. I mean, what's wrong with the small? What's the small nigga?
okay, black sheep. So,
Y'all, I was waiting for somebody to correct me. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Dang, he's small. It's niggly. Ain't nothing wrong with
all right, Ruffus. So,
that.
what we gonna do about
You
this
said, all right,
reading?
what?
Ruckus.
what we gonna
What's
do about
what's ruckus
reading?
mean?
Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks.
Cause I say you're niggly. Y'all say nigga all day. What's the difference?
You know the different types of niggas. You know the
Little
different types
nigga,
of
big
niggas.
nigga, nigglet. What's the difference?
hmm The intent behind the nigga.
Y'all not making no sense. So y'all can say
You got
nigga all day,
ER
but
in
I
your
can't say
blood.
niggly.
You
I
got
ain't say
ER
nothing,
in your
bro.
blood.
I ain't say nothing.
You say on every other video we all niggas. I can't call him a niggly.
Mm-mm. Leave this young nigga alone. Now,
Oh my god, that
now what
makes
we
no
gonna do
sense.
about what we gonna do about reading? You know what I'm saying? Let's
Oh
talk about the
good.
benefits of reading because this is one thing that I learned. I learned that I don't like mandatory reading. So a lot of us, I think, kind of went away from reading because it was mandatory and you was forced to read things that didn't align with you, that you didn't find interesting, that you saw of no importance. But reading obviously is fundamental. Reading is a one thing that if you do as a man will set you apart from many other men. Why is that?
You asking us?
Yes.
I mean, I think statistically lower your chances of going to jail. I don't know.
You mean that, like the importance of reading?
Yeah. Why does reading set you apart from other men?
Yeah, it keeps you out of jail.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
All
man. I mean, it
right.
goes. I mean, what's the famous phrase for black people in books?
Say it.
That was actually y'all know. Y'all know
I
y'all
know
know
it.
it.
I
I
know
don't
it.
know.
Say it.
If you
I
say it, I
know it.
might remember it, but I don't know.
Oh. Say if you want to hide something from a black person or a nigga, put it in a book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I heard that before.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was that,
man.
Boys
but
in the Hood
most
or something?
but most
Yeah,
black people go to, well, I ain't gonna say black. Most people go to jail and they start reading.
very true.
You know what I mean? It's something that usually happens when you in isolation or you decide to get away from the noise of the world. You wind up picking up a book. When you're more well read, right? It doesn't, let me tell y'all, for those who aren't readers, it doesn't matter how fast you read, doesn't matter what grade student you were, doesn't matter how articulate you are, it doesn't matter if you got to use your finger to follow the lines, it doesn't matter, none of that stuff. What matters is the more you read, the better you'll get at it. Um, when I started reading, willingly. I think I explained this before, but I was at a business conference. I was talking to multimillionaires, and they always, every resource that they could give me that was free was a book. And I was like, there's a reason. Every one of them was like, what? There's a reason why I'm telling you to pick up this book, right? And I started doing it myself. Like, if there's some advice that you really want that I might not be able to give you or be able to summarize within 2 minutes of the conversation that I have, then I'm gonna give you this resource. You can figure it out. Um, maybe there's a stepping stone, something that you got to learn towards developing the mindset of solving this problem that you may have, or something of that sort. So much goes into it. Reading, for me, like, was a game changer. Um, for one, I was able to find like mindedness within what I was reading, right? Because I knew I thought different. I knew I was like, they call you crazy or whatever when you think outside the box. But that's the irrational one. It's always the one who makes the most progress. And I'm like, yo, things don't have to be the way that they are, so I don't want to just accept the way that things are. I want things to be better, whatever that looks like. And a lot of people was telling me, well, just stay in the box because that's just how life is. So when I started reading, I was like connecting with others whose minds were like mine. You know what I'm saying? So I started finding books in alignment with the way that I thought. That's more so towards the self development and always improving the mind. That's more so towards that area. But I also found, entertainment in reading as well. I started off reading manga, which is Japanese comic books. Is what anime is based off of.
Hmm.
So I started off reading manga, and in the manga, I was like, yo, I read a 10 book series in a week. I was like, dang, I just read 10 books. Well, if I could read 10 books in a week, like, it boosted confidence, it reduces stress. Of course, it builds your intelligence, it builds your vocabulary, right? You start to learn things on your own. When you sounding out a word, that is a actual practice of learning. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't know the word, you got technology now. You can look this word up, it'll sound it out for you. You can see the definition right then and there, right? You start to grow your vocabulary. Um, if you read before sleep, this is getting away from screen time. This is reducing your stress, your radioactive, what is it, the carbon footprint. This is
Hmm.
reducing all of the side effects of social media, reduces stress, you're enhancing your sleep. Um, it improves your concentration. You're able to focus more, right? It keeps your imagination. Remember, we was talking about keeping your creative power. This
Hmm.
keeps your imagination flowing. Um, I can go on and on. Like, there's so many things, so many benefits from reading, right? And what I love about this video, this young man shows that it doesn't have to be a specific age where you start reading or where you get good at reading. Um, and shows the benefits, because I learned that one of the highest, if not, well, yeah, one of the highest fears of the world is public speaking.
Mm.
And look at this young guy. Look at him. He's standing on the table in his suit and tie, speaking with no, like no cards, none of that. So your memory is enhanced, right? Stuff like that. All of those things you could accredit to reading. Reading will set you apart from the average man.
The one point you made, Trey, that I was gonna begin my take on it was just how reading helps you with like your speaking. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid that was shy and bashful, and I ain't like talking to people. But you know, reading came naturally to me. I mean, I'm talking about like soon as I can't remember how, as soon as I learned the ABCs, I started putting words together, and because I understood, you know, little things with grammar, I'm like, okay, I can make out this word and how it sounds. It was just, and watching a lot of
Mm-hmm.
TV too, and hearing people say certain words kind of helped too. But I think
Yeah.
it definitely does help with your ability to speak. And then, you know, if you're great at reading, you know, you need reading to like understand like everything. You know, if you know, in other subjects, if you want to, like, reading is first thing you learn before you get into the science, the math, and all those
Mhm.
more advanced courses. Like, think about you remember the math word problems where you
Mm-hmm.
know, where they would ask you like in sentence form to solve a math problem. That was the most frustrating shit, you know. But you know, if you learn, if you can read and read to understand, and you understand how words go together and what they mean as far as context, you know, it it puts you ahead. It's impressive you read manga, because manga is read backwards and, you know, right to left and some other shit. You was
Yeah.
different when you was younger. You know, I like the Japanese culture. I took Japanese, so I understand what manga is. But yeah, I think definitely because that kid reads and apparently reads well, attributes to his ability to speak in front of a crowd. Me personally, reading just, I had a vivid imagination, so reading just, I took the things that put me in another world, and I could just imagine, put myself in that place, and um, go from there. Like, I was a big Harry Potter fan,
Mm-hmm.
so when the Harry Potter, like you said, I would read Harry Potter like 100 pages of that shit because I was so into that shit before bed. And you
Yeah.
know, shortly after that, I just remember, you know, I just I started able to speak more. You know, I started talking more in school and whatnot, and you know, I didn't know where it came from, but I guess it's with confidence. Confidence, you know what you're saying, you understand what you're saying, and you can, you know, go in different rooms with different people you may not know, and you know, able to relate. And um, you know, even in business, you know, if you may not be the expert on the subject matter, but if you, some people can talk their way into jobs, and you know, because they
Mm-hmm.
have the confidence, they come off so confident that their oratorical skills are just get them opportunities. So they don't just say reading is fundamental for no reason. Like, reading is the first part to understanding this game that we are in America. If you can't read to understand, then you go fall behind. You could be lacking. You know. So
Yeah.
I say a lot of nothing, but hey,
No,
it
you
worked.
said a lot, bro.
No, that makes sense. I've been reading for a long time. When I was younger, I liked to read either. I wasn't into like fantasy books. I wasn't into that, like Harry Potter or something like that. It just didn't interest me. I would read a lot of like history books, or what's it called? What's it
Fiction,
called? Nonfiction. Fiction.
nonfiction.
Shakespeare, using the Shakespeare
What's
and
the
shit
stuff that's real, and then the stuff that's fake?
n-
Non-fictional is,
is the real
Nonfictional is
stuff.
not false.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I used to like. Yeah, I used to like history.
history though.
I was. Did you ever I like read on history stuff, or it was like I like to read on different animals, stuff like that. I
Animals.
used to.
Okay, yeah, animals
Yeah, I
definitely.
was really into like Animal Planet as a kid and stuff like that. So I would read books on different type of alligators, tigers, all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I used to read. That's what I was just interested in. I wasn't into like the storytelling stuff for some reason. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
different. That's just what I was into. I remember my mom's used, not my mom's. At school. You remember at school where you had to, this is old school, I know y'all remember, you had
Yeah,
to like
working
Oh
read
hard.
yeah.
certain books for you to get like that coupon for
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, them
Yeah.
pan pizzas
Yeah,
used to smack
yeah,
too.
yeah. So I would just, it was a
Mm-hmm.
list. Every time we had a list of what we had to read, I would pick like the history book, I'll pick like an animal book or something like that. And I'll just read them. And that's how I really, really got into it. And then it started going on and keep on going on and on now. So now it's just transferred to now being older, just now it's just financial books or mindset books or yeah, basically between them two right now. But now I got more advances as far as I've gotten more busier and busier and busier. It's been Audible, just straight Audible, 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 Audible. I still get the paperback. Trey got me sent me my book. I read it. I listened to the Audible as a man think of. I listened to Audible, but I see the difference. There's always a difference. I've been new this, but going back to it now, I haven't read a solid book in a year. It's always been Audible. But going back to reading that book and actually seeing that's you reading it instead of Audible is always better to read it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
It's always better,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just easier because I can drive on my way to like different clients or going to different meetings or like going out to work out or something like that. I can just listen to the book. But
Yeah.
you don't attain it more. So I've seen that I have to listen to Audible maybe like 2 or 3 times to actually get the grasp of the book where I can maybe read a book once, maybe two. Kind of but it's just overall I can absorb it better through a book. It's just how it is. It's just
Mm-hmm.
how it is. I think anybody would know that. It's just how it is. I want to get real nice at it and being able to have Audible and read the book at the same time. I want to do that. I'm about to get real nice and try that, see how
Uh,
that works. I think that'll help you to even to obtain and grasp it even better. So I'm gonna try that one day. I'll let y'all know when I do that. I
I
got to
can't
try that.
multitask. I can't multitask for shit. So
But
nah.
that's
that's
what
different. Like
wifey
you
do.
hearing it and you're reading at the same time. I mean, you really gonna absorb it then. I mean, how
Like
could you
following
not?
along, yeah, following along.
Yeah,
I guess it
yeah.
gives your mind less like because when you're reading it, you're kind of like silently saying it at the same
Hmm.
time. So your eyes are trying to capture the picture of the words, and then you're also trying to recite it, to yourself. So I guess when you include the audiobook, that takes one job away. So your eyes just have to follow, and you just absorb it through the other voice speaking.
Yeah.
I get that.
Now there are I'm gonna give three resources. We're not what's it called? We're not sponsored by these. I'm gonna give three resources that can help improve with reading. I think one is called Swiftly. I don't know if they're still around, but that was one that helped you with being able to read faster. Swift means fast. The other one is Spreeder. Spreeder, like reader, but speed. Spreeder. That's one that also will help you to boost to be able to read faster. And what was the other one? Oh, Headspace. Headspace is
Headspace. Yeah.
I think it's Headspace, the one that kind of like summarizes a book for you, and you can digest the whole gist of it within like 20 minutes versus the Audible would be like usually an audiobook is about 7, 8 hours. Um, and wifey is a beast. She the one who can do that. Just look like a mad scientist shit to me. I don't know how the hell she does it, but she can do that. She done read books, that has she done read these thick thick books. Uh, she done read some crazy stuff. Um, even the Bible several times. I know a lot of people ain't read the whole Bible. She just read it several times, so front to back. So those types of things are help in your development for reading. Um, you can check those out. Of course, we're not sponsored by those just yet, And it's also interesting when it comes to reading. We talk about health a lot. Reading helps fight and prevent cognitive diseases. This improves your mental health, your literacy skills, um, and your knowledge. Like, and when you have all of that in your willpower, man, all of that is gonna give you that boost of self confidence. You know what I mean? Like reading. How does reading set you apart from the average man? Because if you are reading, and to add on to the point that G made about reading it, when you read a book, it's in your own dialogue. It's not in somebody else's voice. So audiobooks are awesome, especially when you're busy and you're on the go, as most of us are, right? Because I digest audiobooks too. That's how I was able to read what was it, 5, 6 books in a week that one time. I was able to do that because it was mostly through audiobooks. Um, but when you read it, when you sit down and read a book in your own dialogue, you do retain it more because you talk to yourself the most. You thinking is you talking to yourself. When you praying. Most of the time, prayer is inward. Most people don't pray outwardly, and so there's still internal dialogue. Like, so you're able to retain it more when it's in your own vocal, when it's in your own dialogue. Um, it's like you teaching yourself. Uh, But reading really sets you apart from the average man uh, by being able to be willing to learn more. You're able to learn more. Most people that write books write from their experience, and their experience could come from decades of work, and they're able to encapsulate it in this work of art. So you just learn what this person took decades to learn within this, 400 pages. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't sell it to you more than that. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, shout out to the Bible readers, but when it came to stuff like that, books written in old English like Shakespeare and all that, where the predicate and the sentences come before the subject, I had a hard time understanding that. That's why I struggle with the Bible, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is God saying? I'm like, you know, tripping. He turned that water to wine, but he might have took a few sips, man, because he this is out of order. This is out of order.
yeah.
Nobody says
Yeah,
yay.
we
Yay. Nobody says yay. Y-E now,
tis. Tis indeed.
The,
What?
that should be getting me too. Oh my God. Tis and the. Oh my God.
Y'all stupid. We ain't gonna be able to do Mondays. Y'all ratchet on Mondays after that CSC channel, I guess.
Yeah, the energy's still there. The energy's still there. But yeah, man, I think reading is kind of like gotten lost somewhere in the educational system, or I don't know if it's the schools or not, but I know I think statistics show on average like our kids are reading at a you know behind what they should be. I don't know. I guess there's levels by grade to what you should be reading at your grade level, but I think we're like the average kid is like behind now a couple grade levels or something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, maybe, but that's why I said take the tablets away from your kids. Don't give your kids tablets. Give them books. Give them picture books first, so they can learn just single words and whatnot. Like, don't give them a tablet so they can just swipe and just look at videos all day because they just listen to what other people spewing out their mouth. They not retaining anything. They just absorbing bullshit. So
Mhm. And you got to lead by example too, because they ain't gonna be willing to sit down and read a book if you ain't sitting down and reading, and they don't see
true,
you doing it.
true.
So you got to lead by example. Create that story time.
Do people read to their kids at night anymore?
Mm. That used to be like a parenting ritual. That was a part of that common sense we talked about.
Yeah. like I knew the whole story of Goldilocks and Three Bears, but it's still just as entertaining for my aunt to come in the room and read to us. I mean, not even read to us, just tell the story, like, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they got tablets now, man. They ain't reading to them kids.
yeah, true that.
They out working. They out working, putting the tablet right in front of their face, man.
Just to get them to shut the fuck up.
Man. You know, that family structure is almost gone. Give them that tablet. They'll be all right.
Yeah, it's like the new pacifier.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. How many times you seen you go out and the adults just talking, the kids even got headsets on with the tablets. I'm like, go.
It's
Crazy. You can give
terrible,
them a
bro.
book. Give them a
Be,
book, man. Give
be
them a book.
3 years old, like, and whining because they don't have that blue screen in front of their face. Like, it's
It's
sad.
horrible, man.
So reading sets you apart.
Yep. Stop setting our kids back by giving them tablets. Let them get ahead. Put books in their hand before you put tablets in their hand. That's my final word.
Boom.
Yeah.
Any others? You got your final take on this reading?
Start reading. It is it just it brightens up your imagination. Sometimes it depends on what kind of genre you but basically all genres, almost all genres that you can read. It taps into you having create your creative mind. You could put yourself where that book is, and it helps you get away from your reality at times. Getting out of your reality is fun sometimes. It helps you with stress. You know, gets you a different perspective of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel and think when I'm reading certain type of books, especially the history ones. I'd be like, "Oh, they did that back then. Oh, what if I would have been back there?" And I get more interested and I learn more and learn more. Or with finance, I'd be like, "Oh, if I can do that, oh man, I could have done that back in the day." Or boom, boom. What if I did that? And my mind just starts racing and I get more creative. So it all depends on what you read. I mean, I say go ahead and do it. I mean, just can't. I know you watch us on YouTube. I appreciate you. Watch us on YouTube. Put the YouTube down sometimes, and go ahead and pick up a book, man. That's what I gotta say, man. It'll brighten up your day. And plus, me, if you're trying to get a girl or something like that, you go to the coffee shop with a book. Hey, it's gonna her mind gonna be like, oh, a
Yeah.
book,
Set you apart.
paperback. Oh,
Yeah.
dang, that's a paper. Yeah, I gotta know what he doing. I mean, he focused. He ain't
Yeah.
on his
Set
phone. He
you
reading a book.
apart. Boy.
Trying to tell you, hey,
He reading Snow Falling on Cedars.
hey. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, is that free game, man. Hey, I talk it because I lived it. Trust me.
Don't even
Trust
drink
me,
goddamn
man.
coffee. Don't even drink goddamn coffee. Just up in there bullshitting.
I said, I don't even drink coffee. I don't even drink coffee, but I just just try it. Trying to tell you. Hey, and make sure you put I had the glasses on, and I had you sit down and you cross your legs, but not the ones that you cross over like squeeze your nuts. I'm talking the ones that you cross, or you put your
like
leg where your
like a
knee is.
foe. Like a foe.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
full Jones. Sit back. I had the glasses on. I ain't wear the contacts. I had the glasses on.
Hey,
Fresh
you was
cut.
pulling one of these, G. Pulling one of these,
Yeah,
Malcolm X.
yeah. Malcolm X Joe had the book open, looking down. Plenty of trying to tell you, free game.
Brother G, a menace.
Yeah. Like, oh, hey. Oh, you look articulate over there. Hey. Trying to tell you, but for real side, hey, just pick up a book, man. Trust me. You'll never want to put it down when you got a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.